They say the hardest things in life are the things most worth doing. And this $38,500 McLaren rebuild has been the epitome of a tough project. An unexpected engine swap, numerous setbacks, and a year and 10 months later, I'm still here crossing my fingers that we're almost done. This project has been a bad dream that just doesn't end. I want to move on. I want it to be done. And my grit on this project is wearing thin. Last video, I found out that I can't register this car without clearing the airbag light on the dash, and we got halfway through getting the dash out to replace the airbags.
What have I done?
I am going to get this freaking McLaren dash out if it's the last thing I do. I do not want to do this, okay? I can't stress that enough. Freaking, this is a miserable job to do. About halfway through it and I just want to get it done, so let's get it done.
But throughout this process, there has been this question on the back of my mind. What if I install the airbags and they just don't work?
Hopefully the airbag light's off after that. If it's not off and I put this interior together and we have to take the dash back out, whew.
It's actually quite possible. The components I'm installing are used from another crashed McLaren and never tested. There's a chance they just don't work, and we won't know until we put the whole thing back together to test it. Just like the freaking doctor ordered, one dash removed. It's also possible that they are the wrong part number for this car as well, since I wasn't able to verify part numbers ahead of time, so I just took my best guess and found the cheapest replacement parts I could find on eBay. But even if the parts do work and it's the right part numbers, there's a very high chance we need to get the fault code for the airbag reset with the actual McLaren diagnostic software, which I don't have. But unfortunately in this case, it's work that I have to complete in order to find out if it'll work or not. And if I put this whole thing back together and it doesn't work, the whole thing comes back out and I start all over.
Yep. All right, well, sorry, Laser Sterling. Oh, all the hard work was for nothing.
The part numbers were the same as the replacement parts and everything looked identical. This was a huge boost in my optimism since my research had paid off and these should be a direct drop-in replacement ready to go. With the dash out and the parts lined up, I was through the tough part on this project, but what I found next was so freaking sketchy.
But real quick, let's take a second to thank today's video sponsor, the Redtiger F17 Elite dash camera. Just look at this thing. That is, the camera actually like swivels too. Thank you. I've been asking for this for so long. And we have the rear facing one as well. So this dash camera has a front facing camera right here and also an interior rear facing camera as well. And it actually swivels, which makes it so nice.
The Redtiger F17 Elite is a 3-camera dash cam system that protects the full 360 degrees surrounding your vehicle. It also features first in its class full color night recording made possible by the Sony Starvis 2 sensor technology it uses.
This is so freaking nice. You can just adjust the camera however you want it. It's a freaking touchscreen. That is so freaking nice. Screensaver, fatigue reminder, G-sensor, loop recording. Look, it's even like smooth scrolling and everything. I have never seen a dash camera this nice.
Needless to say, the user interface and overall user experience is the best I have ever experienced. The touchscreen and the software is super nice, and it was flawless getting it set up and rolling.
I don't think any other camera I've installed would do this kind of interior. Like this shot, just adjustability, everything. That's what I'm freaking talking about.
The footage quality though absolutely blew me away with how sharp and true the image was. And you guys can see, even though I had limited space installing it in this interior, it gets every angle you need to keep you 100% safe in the event of an incident. Plus it has parking monitoring, so your car is safe even when you're not driving it.
It's nice just having that peace of mind, you know, when you install it that one time, you don't have to install it again. I highly recommend this dash camera. It's the nicest one I've ever used. So there's a link below if you guys want to check it out. Redtiger, thank you for hooking me up. Let's get back to work.
When I bought this car, I was very aware that it had been flipped at auction by a third party. I saw that they had tried to doll the car up to get the best price possible. They welded a completely wrong crash bar where the damage was. They welded in a junkyard subframe. They cut out the deployed airbags and glued the holes shut like it never happened. And Copart intentionally listed this as run and drive without actually testing it. The flippers actually used a massive layer of body filler and epoxy to close the dash airbag, and spray painted the top of the dash matte black to match the leather. And they laid the body filler and epoxy so thick that the new dash airbag couldn't even bolt into the hole anymore.
Oh man. Sheesh. I'm trying to do this with the least destruction possible. That's insane, dude.
and there's no way I can buy another dash for this car. Even if I could find a dash on eBay that had the right material and the color of stitching, these are going for $5,000 to $7,000 used. That's money I don't have. This is the last push I have in me to finish this project, and I can't spend any more on it. I needed a way to close the dash airbag hole, but in a safe way that wouldn't send body filler shrapnel into your face if the airbag needed to deploy again. I tried sewing it like it was originally, but that would not work because of the damaged leather caused by the epoxy that the flippers used. So I opted to use epoxy, but in a very light and strategic way that was safe. And then I tried out some leather repair products to even out the low spots and blend the rest of the damage in. I'll admit it's a bit rough to the eye at first, but I think you'll be amazed how smooth it actually came out in the end. With the dash repaired, it's finally time to get the new airbags installed and the dash back in the car for testing. Huge shout out to my wife Steph for always helping out along the way. She was the one that encouraged me to take this project on and has encouraged me every step of the way. I don't think there's a whole lot of girls out there that will do that. You know what I'm saying?
Now it's time to start putting all this stuff back in. Okay, I'm exhausted. That was a lot of laying down in the car. It was not much fun to do, but it has officially come time to power it on and just see what happens. All right, a little bit nervous. Battery is fully charged. It has been charging this entire time for probably at least a month at this point, honestly. Airbags, please do not pop. I'm hoping for the best. I have the key in my hand, and let's connect the negative side. Oh, good. Things are actually lighting up and looking normal. Oh, man. Keep my ear protection in. It's possible still when I turn the ignition on, the airbags will deploy. I'm not expecting them to, but I'm really hoping they don't. I'm gonna move these chairs backwards a little bit. There it works again. Steering column position fault. I know how to fix that. All right, things are coming to life, which is good. Okay, I'm gonna push the ignition now. Airbag fault. Freaking seriously, why? Gosh, dang. Passenger door or internal release fault still. I mean, at least we have airbags, sure, but didn't fix anything. That's what the whole point of doing this. So I get it registered. And if it did fix it, I could have got it registered tomorrow, but now I can't. Now I need to figure out an entire new repair plan for this. I'm beyond exhausted working on this thing, man. It's like 10:30 p.m. right now. We might have a massive discovery here. I just did a quickie race. It had all the airbag faults still on it, just like it had before. Like it had 5 on there. I just did a quickie race. It's not coming back with an airbag fault. I'm not saying it's not going to, but I don't think I've ever seen the airbags not have a fault on it. It said the codes were active, but I cleared it and here we are. So there's a possibility we actually may have fixed it. And also there's only 10 DTCs, most of which are related to just the freaking right side door module not responding. We legit almost have a fully functioning car, 10 DTCs. That's like a normal car. Like, that's wild. This was just the push I needed to get me excited about putting it back together again. And little did I know, here I would actually be tightening the very last screws of the build for the very last time. It has come time to fire this thing up for the first time since it's been put back together. Passenger door fault, front luggage release fault, that's it. Air brake system temporarily unavailable, battery management active again. I don't know what that means. But we don't have an airbag light. No airbag light. Heck yeah. Woo! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's crazy how few faults this car has. It's just door related faults now. So when that gets software updated, it should be like 100% like no codes at all on this car.
We're right around the corner from the brake and lamp shop, so hopefully today it passes. There is no airbag light on the dash, so I think we're gonna be all right, but we'll see. Dude, I showed up and the guy wasn't there. He said come first thing in the morning. It's 9 a.m. They were just opening up a shop. So anyway, I went back the next day, got the brake and lamp inspection done, and it passed. With that, the smog check, the bill of sale, and the VIN inspection report, I was ready to go to DMV and get the plates and registration.
Officially pulling into the DMV.
Now, I didn't film a lot of this. Deep down, I think I just wanted to put the camera down and soak in this moment of realization that I may just have the license plates in a matter of hours. A journey of almost 2 years at its end, and I just didn't want to miss that moment. So after forgetting the bill of sale at home, getting back there 5 minutes before they closed, them using a VIN form that was improperly signed, and paying for only 1 year of registration instead of 3.
Guys, I just finished at the DMV. We finally have plates a year and a half later. It's finally done. I'm just smiling ear to ear. I can't believe I'm holding the license plates for this car right now. I never thought I'd ever say that standing in front of a car like this, but man, we're here.
You got a lot to be proud of, bro. That's a beautiful, beautiful ride.
Bro.
It was hard to believe that this build is over, and now I'm just tying up loose ends before I move on. Ryan was such a huge help on this project. I mean, the guy helped flare the coolant lines, helped with the wiring harness, and he took on the entire engine swap. It wasn't much, but I gave him the R6 stunt bike that I had sitting around as a thank you. Exotics were not in his past experience, and he could have easily just said it's too much liability for him to work on. But instead, he saw that I was just a dude that needed help, and he stepped up. So if you're watching this, Ryan, thanks again.
On short notice, I'm now headed to Stockton. Sean from McMedics is in California right now. I didn't know that he was doing such a quick trip, and so if I can make it there in 2 hours, he can just squeeze me in. He hasn't confirmed that that's actually the plan, but I'm gonna head out. If there's any possibility we can get this thing fixed today, right now, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna take it.
Off to Stockton, California I went, about 140 miles away from me and about 2.5 hours to get there. This was the first road trip I've ever taken in this car, so I was just hoping it wouldn't leave me stranded 100 miles from home. First thing I noticed right when I jumped on the freeway was these wheels desperately need to be balanced. Besides that though, everything went really well. By the time I arrived, Sean from McMedics had been waiting for me for about an hour, so I hugely appreciated him being willing to wait while I drove over.
It's not grayed out now though.
Interesting.
We talked a little bit. He went straight to work scanning the computers and resetting the modules.
Well, here's what we are gonna do. So we're gonna scan every unit and then see maybe if it goes grayed out. Maybe if it only goes gray after you try to access it.
This trip, I was hoping he could get the passenger door module powered back on and do a rear wing calibration. I was also getting that battery management active message, and he was able to clear that, and it hasn't returned, so that's great.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that the first time, so I was making sure everything was connected.
But I'm gonna clear all the codes and then try your air brake again.
All right, so I just wrapped up with Sean, and the things I was hoping to fix this trip were not fixed. No fault of his. The issues I was hoping were software related were indeed not software related. So he did what he could. He just kind of reset some modules, whatever, but the door module's still offline, so the window still doesn't roll up. He suspects some form of a wire or power problem with the actual module, or the module went bad itself. The air brake that was getting a code on the screen and doesn't really operate like it should. He found that a sensor might be off or something, but it's all things that I can fix on my own. So I'm gonna go ahead and head home right now, and then I'm gonna just get back to work on fixing these issues. Now it's back in my hands. I'm gonna keep enjoying the car, and I'm gonna get to these problems as soon as I can. Thanks for squeezing me in, Sean. Appreciate it. See you guys at home.
Back home I went, and this car made it without a single hiccup. This was a long trip, but I'm very glad it happened, and now I know what to do to resolve the last couple issues. Having completed this trip with no issues, I've now put over 1,000 miles on this car without a single leak or a single fault code. I'm so happy with how it turned out, and I've been smiling every second since I got plates for this thing. By far though, my favorite thing has just been sharing this same experience with my friends.
0 to 2.8. Yeah. But you can almost drive this one like a normal car.
My family, my uncle, my mom, my dad, everybody else, just seeing them light up, it just makes the whole thing feel worth it. What an insane experience.
A year and 10 months ago, I took delivery of the cheapest McLaren ever sold on Copart. And here we are standing next to it, rebuilt. This was hands down the hardest thing I've ever had to do. And I've done a lot of hard stuff in my life. Financially, like mentally, physically, doing the work. Video production, just the amount of time spent on this thing. And obviously it's not perfect yet. I'll probably even have to take off some of the panels to get that door module fixed after what we learned with Sean. I may need to fiddle with some wires there. And while I'm in there, I might as well actually line these body gaps up a little bit better. I actually think I can raise this up to meet the hood a little bit better. I mean, there are still some things to fix. And I might even get this tuned. Somebody offered to tune it for me. So I want to enjoy it first, and then I'll get it tuned, and then we can blow the engine after I put some miles on it. This is a dream car. Like, this is something I never ever expected doing my first build on an old dirt bike from my parents' field. But the biggest question now, and something you guys have been waiting for a long time for, is how much did this actually set me back? Like, how much did this thing cost? In the next video, we're gonna actually break it down part by part, just like the total cost of this thing. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but now we have plates and everything's checking out fine. The build is done. It is done, everybody. It's freaking done. I'm free now.